Yeah, this is Tommy Blicky coming in hard and off the cuff, coming with the flow straight from the barrio, and coming with that heat from the damn street. This is PBNN Point Black National News, the late and the great edition and the ghetto edition as well. You know what I'm saying? With the facts, crack backs, boom, bib to the line as Leos. You know what I'm saying? With the line as Leos. And we got to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? It's important that we understand that this political arena that's about to come on, 2024, we need a legitimate campaign. We don't need all this violence and carrying on. We don't need all this name calling like little kids, you know. We need to see a real election one on one, you know what I'm saying, if whoever it is, and get us a fair one. If you owe the American people that much. You know what I'm saying? The demon seems to think that, you know, whatever he does on planet Earth is okay because he's been doing it for many years throughout many nations. You know what I'm saying? Even back in the days with the Chinese, I think they had went into there and they were selling opium. You know what I'm saying? The Chinese was getting hooked on opium and all types of different stuff like that. They even had opium houses, which today they call them trap houses or crack houses. You know what I'm saying? But even back then, they had opium houses where the Chinese men were just laying there all day long, somebody stuffing the pipe, paying all his money, and he just laying on his back while people keep lighting the pipe for him and just collecting his money, and he just laying there all day long just smoking opium. You know what I'm saying? But many of the drug situations that we see today, and even back then in China, and probably still today, you know what I'm saying, many of them come from the stress of the leadership of the country that is coming down on the people and putting the people under a lot of stress, a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's not just about them getting high, but finding a release to the problems in which they are facing, you know what I'm saying, such as we see here with the demon Democrats in the United States and the garbage they have been doing in our government and still want to look pretty, you know, in your eyes with great speeches and pulling different bills and stunts and shit like that to make you think that they're really doing for you. You know, when in essence, the little that they're doing for you is compared to the damage that they're doing to our country for themselves, you know what I'm saying, is 10 times more than they're giving you. 10 times, 20 times, trillion times more. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, while we're looking at the situation of many things on planet Earth and many different races of people who've been doing garbage, you know what I'm saying? Just take a look at Sudan, take a look at Africa in itself, take a look at, you know, certain parts of Europe, Turkey, you know what I'm saying? Look at the leadership and how they treat the people, you know what I'm saying? Even when we come to Turkey, you know what I'm saying? The Turkish people, many of them don't eat meat. The reason why is because meat is a high commodity. You know what I'm saying? It's very expensive. You know, for 1 kilogram of meat in Turkey, you know, their leadership got them paying, you know, maybe they would have to work like 3 months in order to just afford 1 kilogram of meat. So 1 kilogram of meat is probably like, you know what I'm saying, close to three, four, $5,000 probably. You know what I'm saying? So they don't eat the meat. You know what I mean? Because he has done used that as a way to bleed the people dry of their money and literally robbing the country blind while he has them fooled off, I guess, with Islam. You know what I'm saying? While he comes to America and builds, you know, skyscrapers and all types of tall buildings and all get rich and live over here big while he's starving the men and the women and the people of Turkey. You know, so Turkey's really finished when it comes to their government. You know what I'm saying? Their government has robbed them for years to the way the point they can't even afford to buy chicken or beef. You know what I'm saying? If you buy that, you're looking at your whole 3 months, 4 months worth of money gone. You know, even for a cell phone, you know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, the leadership is over there fooling them off with Islam, lying and stuff, and robbing them blind. You know what I'm saying? and that's in Turkey. You know what I'm saying? You go over to Sudan, you go over to, different parts of the world, even when Indonesia, see South America, everywhere these people are affiliated. When you look at NATO and what NATO has done also in its criminal organization of 31 nations, you know what I'm saying? You still see the same garbage. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about peace, love, and God and all this different stuff they be talking about, why have you murdered, killed, and did everything under the fucking sun, to where you have people like Coolio who would say that, that evil, that good is supposed to win, but he say evil is up here and good is down here, and it's like evil is winning like a motherfucker. But there's only one way for that to happen. It's for the people to engage and for the people to support that type of behavior. You know what I'm saying? That type of nastiness. Same as you see in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Madame Blavatsky, Aleister Crowley, you know what I'm saying? L. Ron Hubbard, you know what I'm saying? And many of these people, you know what I'm saying, like Aleister Crowley and L. Ron Hubbard were constantly in Hollywood, having shows showing devil worship shit, even hanging out with the stars dressed like a fucking satanic asshole, bald-headed, fruitful clown. You know what I'm saying? I've even seen him with Sammy Davis Jr., you know what I'm saying? And shaking hands and taking photos and shit. And he dressed like a fucking Halloween clown, dressing like some type of devil with horns and shit, and looking stupid. You know what I mean? But this has been infiltrating Hollywood and many of the stars in Hollywood. And it's a shame when a person have that much talent only to go, to get produced or find their way into, TV, and movies and different things, would have to go through a ritual, you know what I'm saying, of satanicness and being used by these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, rather than coming there and you respecting his talent and he grows as he, critiques his talent on the screen produced by you and y'all all make money. No, they don't want that. They want you to come in, get fucked in your ass so they could shock you up the back of your spinal cord like they do in jail, you know what I'm saying, and figure to themselves that now they birthed you, you know what I'm saying, but you can't birth something that's already been birthed or born, you know what I'm saying, so that rebirth bullshit they talking is garbage. Let's just be straight, frank, and forward. You know what I'm saying? That's just a whole bunch of mind fucking bullshit, you know what I'm saying, mentality shit. But the fucked up part about most of that is that the people of planet Earth is paying the price for their nastiness. And that is something that we have to shut them down with. You want to go do all that devil worship bullshit that you've been doing to people for years, murdering millions, carnage across the planet Earth, even going back to the days of Rome. You know what I'm saying? In many of the wars, you should look at the battlefield, carnage. You know what I'm saying? This is a satanic mind frame that causes a lot of this to go on. You know what I'm saying? But the only way for it to continue down the road is for it to be engaged by the people through many different factions of leadership that has squeezed the country in its political power that was given to them probably by being elected. But even in like places like Turkey, that's not leadership, that's dictatorship. And in many different African countries, you had the same thing. You had say black ass niggas, over there talking about the king of the country and they're the leadership of the country and all this shit. And all they have on top of the people head is straight dictatorship. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So we have to start to look at that. Now, when we look at that same example, let me show you an example of what I'm talking about based on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they use these type of men frame to use reverse psychology on people to make you think that the right is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And the wrong is right. That is something that they're doing to your mind frame for many years through Hollywood, rap music, and all types of different music in itself, including rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? If you look back many years, you'll see they were rock and rolling, and is who could come up with the darkest rock and roll song, and dressed like a devil, and all this type of nonsensical bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So when we look at it, even when you look at Maggie, I think her name is Haberman, tells Stun Anderson Cooper why um, new Trump Nazi bombshell hasn't blown up. Because you know why? It's hearsay and propaganda and a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And Maggie, whoever her Luciferian ass is, wearing her little red dress with the black t-shirt on there, you know what I'm saying, on Alice Cooper, you know what I'm saying, to me you ain't no more than a deep state Luciferian blood-sucking jackass. Let's just be honest. But we see the New York Times correspondent and CNN analyst Maggie Nutcase Haberman, or whatever her name is, Haberman, you know what I'm saying, explains to a stunned Anderson Cooper why the President Donald J. Trump, he did he? You know what I'm saying, recently revealed praise of Adolf Hitler hasn't exploded in the news. Well, when you look at, my question is, has she ever really looked at Hitler's memoirs and the different stuff that he wrote? Yes, he did atrocity to many people. Many black people got killed and murdered also by this man, not just Jews. Let's get this straight. And this is the problem with the whole world, why you think that these Jews are being persecuted. When was they persecuted in Egypt? That's another lie. You know what I'm saying? The only people persecuted them was where they was at when this situation happened. But what caused that to come down on them like that is the question that you must ask. Nobody is glorifying the concentration camp. Nobody's glorifying any imprisonment. Nobody's glorifying any slavery. Nobody's glorifying none of that shit. What we're saying to you is what caused him in itself for all that to happen as it did is what you need to investigate before you start name calling other people's names, because you feel in your mind you have us fooled off about Adolf Hitler, about every single thing about the man. We don't know 95% of the shit and who was controlling his mentality and who was controlling him to do what he did in the first place. That's one of the things you have to understand. This is why an investigation and research is so important to what you're saying when you say it to the people and you want the people to believe it. You know what I'm saying? But what the people must start to do now is you cannot sit and go to work and come home and sit in front of the TV set and expect that you're going to get the right news. You know what I'm saying? From some of these news channels. You're not going to get that. You know what I'm saying? What you're going to get is a controlled news that is controlled by, I forgot the guy's name, where he controls the media. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't do what he tell them to do, they could literally forget it. You know what I'm saying? But the whole matter of the situation is when you call somebody, something like she has here in her situation where she's trying to say that to Anderson Cooper that why the President Donald Trump revealed praise. You know what I'm saying? But Trump's jaw-dropping praise for Hitler was revealed in a new report via Trump's chief of staff, John Kelly, another motherfucking probably lying son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? To CNN, Jim, whatever his name is. According to the comments Kelly made, you know what I'm saying, he's making the comments for Trump. So he's talking for Trump. So is this other Maggie asshole woman. You know what I'm saying? They talking for Trump now. They Trump out. You know what I'm saying? Accusing to, according to the comment Kelly made for the book, some Scooby-Doo, I guess the name is SCIUTTO. You know what I'm saying? He's writing some kind of book, The Return of the Great Power. Trump started by saying Hitler did some good things. Maybe he did. You know what I'm saying? I explained this before. So I don't understand why people would be even listening to these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get what? Good out of evil. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's still based on the evil shit that they're doing, we know that. Look at Biden and his son. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Galagogs and the different secret societies and the different groups that have been running through our country like a motherfucking freight train, to where now they even bribing off the best black men and the strongest black men and breaking them down to faggots. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? But when he said that he has, you know what I'm saying, done some good things, yes, he probably did. And went on from there. You know what I'm saying? But you're speaking for Trump. You know what I'm saying? What the people need to do is do their own research when it comes to what Trump really said and what the things that Adolf Hitler have done, and he even wrote memoirs speaking about many different issues on planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? So, and we know he was controlled by the Brill, and the Brill, we know who they were working for. You know what I'm saying? But Cooper, they call them the Brill, but we know who they are. But Cooper interviewed, Haberman or whatever her name is, during CNN, and to CNN Lioness News Tuesday night covered the cover of the multiple Super Tuesday, Super Tuesday 2 or whatever, 2 contest, and asked what it takes for people to become outraged more. What the fuck you want them to be outraged for over that stupid ass motherfucking one sentence comment that you riding on, bitch? You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. But the Cooper went on to say it is also just bizarre. You think about John Kelly telling him, saying about this Scudo nigga, whatever his name is, Jim, whatever his name is, you know what I'm saying, about Hitler comments. And Hitler did some good things according to John Kelly. This is John Kelly speaking for Trump. Remember that's not Trump. That what the president said. You know what I'm saying? It didn't, as according to him, it didn't. Nobody seems to care. I mean, in any other time, this would have been just unbelievable. Herman said, yeah, but it ain't unbelievable because we know you're crooked Luciferian Baphomet worshiping motherfuckers in Hollywood, government, and all over in the secret society, you know what I'm saying, talking about an owl and shit and you sacrificing a little black child and all that bullshit, you know what I'm saying, that you full of shit when you come out here, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But when we look at it, he's talking about it would have been, she's talking about it would have been Herberman talking about there's no whatever, a couple of things I would say about that. Yeah, your jackass would say some stupid shit like that, like he's so intelligent with your shitty ass words. You know what I'm saying? But we see there has been an enormous volume of information about things that Donald Trump said as president, you know what I'm saying, things that he said in his past. We have talked about it here. Why is you talking about Trump so much, motherfucker? You ain't no president. You ain't running no country. You ain't doing no foreign affairs. You are listening up there talking a bunch of garbage, you know what I'm saying, in order to scandalize Trump's name. You know what I'm saying? So she's full of shit as usual. You know what I'm saying? With her dusty looking 4-eye ass. Wearing them fake ass, they need to get fake ass glasses off her face too. Talking about her, but man. You know what I'm saying? But let's see fact check. Trump telling a complete fictional story, falsely claimed he's released. I guess he's released the tapes. He released the tapes of Zelensky's call. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, he probably have the tapes of Zelensky's call. You know what I'm saying? Because Zelensky ain't no more than a crooked motherfucker in their society, secret shit, bullshit, and more bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Why every time we turn around, you always talking about a war? Why all the time we turn around, you always all faking up a motherfucking war, killing millions of people, such as we see in Ethiopia, Sudan, and the Gaza Strip, and all over Africa and the world as a whole? You know what I'm saying? You trying to tell me that this was caused by natural occurrence or natural situation? Then no, it's not. Majority of the wars you see that is caused on planet Earth was caused by the beast and their wicked behavior in their following of the beast. You know what I'm saying? But we see where the president Donald J. Trump told an entirely fictional story Saturday about how he had supposedly outwitted his demon democratic opponents by releasing tapes of the 2019 phone call with Ukraine President Jackass Lewinsky that was a key factor in Trump's, you know what I'm saying, first impeachment. You know what I'm saying? Oh, of course. You know what I'm saying? Of course. You know what I mean? But speaking at Saturday campaign rally in Ohio, Trump claimed he let demon democratic wilder and wilder claims about what he said with Zelensky, and then we release the tapes. Trump proceeds, so they speaking for Trump again. Here we go with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck a Zelensky. Who gives a fuck about his crazy ass anyway? But we see here where we have the DEI Thursday, where Reverend Sharpton, announced 10 protests outside. He announced 10 protests outside the office of, the anti-DEI leader, Bill Ackerman. You know what I'm saying? We coming in here. This is 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? But the Reverend is actively pursuing justice. Reverend Al Sharpton, to me, ain't straight no way, and he a part of their bullshit, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Is setting the stage for a protest outside the office of billionaire hedge fund founder Bill Ackman in the fight against anti-diversity, equality, and includes tactics. Listen, how long you gonna let these black dumbass leaders tell you about these fucking idiot shit they talking about anti-diversity, equality, and inclusion tactics. You know what I'm saying? You still fighting that old fucking fight when we should be way past that bullshit altogether. You know what I'm saying? This is something that we have to understand. A criminal is a criminal, and that's the way it is. In a press release shared with Black Enterprise, Sharpton announced he will lead a 10 protest outside Ackerman's New York City office on March 14 every Thursday following the resignation of Harvard first black president Claudia Gay. Please, he full of shit. And anybody show up to that motherfucking protest is garbage. You know what I'm saying? You following behind the wickedness of these beasts, and all of them are white. Get on my face. He full of shit. Al Sharpton is full of shit. You know what I'm saying? We see where in many ways, we see thousands of inmates could be denied a chance at a shorter sentence after Supreme Court that makes their decision. You know what I'm saying? We see Santos say Swift supporting Biden re-election makes sense since her songs are about who gives a flying fuck about Taylor Swift or crooked ass DeSantos. Talking about he's a fucking Republican. He needs to be kicked the fuck out. Y'all keep electing these same jackass motherfuckers year in and year out. No wonder the country is in peril and going through this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where they're talking about Cassidy say Trump's bloodbath rhetoric concerning to some voters. No, it's not concerning to some voters, because the reason why Mr. Bill Cassidy, whatever the fuck your name is, a Republican, I guess from LA, Los Angeles, Luciferian, fucking Hollywood City, not all the people, but them crooked motherfuckers, the reason why, that how many bloodbaths have y'all demon Democrats, caused in this motherfucking world? Talking about 31 nations, and meanwhile we have Sudan in a turmoil, people starving to literal fucking death over there when they should be over there giving humanitarian aid and every fucking thing you can to the common, regular citizens or people of the country, while you busy fucking them over for a tyrant who fucking caused that in the first fucking place. Such as you have with Zelensky crooked ass. And netting crazy ass bald-headed, long-gitted, bump-headed Netanyahu. You know what I'm saying? How much bloodbath have y'all fucking caused? You know what I'm saying? But you got nerve to talk about, Cassidy saying that that in a Sunday interview that the President Donald J. Trump, Trumpy Baby, rise again, remarks on immigration and about the possibility of a bloodbath if he's not reelected is what makes some voters concerned about the second Trump administration. You shouldn't be concerned about that. And don't let this Cassidy motherfucker sway your mind. You must stand strong. And that's a fact. Stop letting these people like Bill Cassidy, Republicans who are in the Republican Party who are really demon Democrat anyway, you know what I'm saying? Don't tell me you're not, but you cross party lines back and forth, so many of them end up setting it up in the Republican Party so they could sabotage the Republican Party look like shit.